It would make the head-to-head battle between Ferrari drivers 6-5 in sharp contrast to 1 year ago. That's confirmation that they're holding back if we didn't need it by now. I mean, quick every weekend. You come to Budapest where Lewis has had such incredible success throughout his entire career, and it's no surprise that he's right there on provisional pole. But rewind 7 days, Lando Norris was on provisional pole at this time in the Belgian Grand Prix qualifying. He ended up in third position, and I think there are three into the hunt of pole position.
Lad, even if we consider looking for Tia, how do you have us getting to Sparkle Flight? You know Odin's had all travel between realms locked up tight.
Sindri said he had an idea or two about that.
Sindri's full of ideas.
Ground looks kind of cracked.
Let's go to Ruth for an update of what the teams will be talking about at this crucial stage of the weekend. Over to you, Ruth.
There's a shortcut this way.
At 3:50 on the clock, I want to have my car on the ground, ready to go, and I want to be leading the pack, going out there.
Actors smashing through things for fun and profit.
And let's see how it goes. For me, Hamilton is the man to meet there, but at the exit turn 14, him and Lando Norris were neck and neck. Fuck up your outlap, you don't get it. There is a waiting game going on right now. They each all go together.
Outside.
First one.
He told us about
Expect
it.
them to roll
I wouldn't
right past
believe.
me, I think about now.
About the things he did not tell us.
Thank you, Ruth. 3 minutes to go. This is the final run in a wide-open qualifying session in a season where Mercedes have dominated this part of the weekend at every round in his current Ferrari. First man on the track is Lewis Hamilton. Charles Leclerc follows him out. And the crumbling Red Bull before we get the Mercedes. The McLaren will be a long way down. One of the last to cross the line will be Lando Norris' response in his final attempt to pole position. Upgrades to the McLaren, and they are certainly back in the fight here. We knew this was going to be a good track for Ferrari as well.
I don't think we can get home the way we came.
Ordering with straight line speed is the equation there.
I know another way.
And so it is playing out. It's going to have a huge advantage, but one luck can change a weekend. We saw it last time out. You can see it again. You can see the McLaren right at the back of the field here. Not by design, just where they are in the queue. They have elected their choice of winning the Constructors' Championship where they place their garage for the weekend, and they want the cleanest possible pit entry for the Grand Prix. And they want the last ones set a time. Contrast that with Lewis Hamilton. He'll be the first. Well, it's nice, isn't it? The two contenders for pole, the two main ones, going at either end.
Things collapsing on a regular basis in these parts.
Finland wears down all things.
Starts his flying lap right now, and he will know that it's surely got to be a bit more laid down here if he wants to cement this pole position. Hamilton needs an improvement. The first turn. He is trying to become the first driver in the history of Formula One to take 10 pole positions at a single circuit. He's got the record around here, and he will have another brilliant day at Hungary. Such confidence on the corner entries. He's attacking, turning in early, carrying big speed in. But he's too to down on himself, and that is not the start that Hamilton needed. Let's get a time check from Charlotte. Charles Leclerc chasing Grand Prix pole 28, not great from him either. So something because the Ferraris are not at it, Verstappen's not at it, Hamilton might not need to improve as big stand. Looking across the board, the only driver is pretty. The championship leader, Kimi Antonelli. The Ferraris of Verstappen unable to do so. It's not Hamilton sliding massively. This lap is going away and gone. So, I mean, ruled out Kimi Antonelli. He is on a decent run halfway through this one. Leclerc's not challenging either. Norris is just starting his flying lap now. Russell a tenth slower than Antonelli. Hamilton over the line. Hamilton has provisional pole, but it's invulnerable after failing to find an improvement. Charles Leclerc have been fighting that car all the way around. Inside, I'm watching Kimi Antonelli as he's putting together. Oh, it's just that he goes round. And will he be yellow flags round to and crosses the line. Kimi Antonelli to the line, and he stays in fourth position. Russell's going to get even more. Russell's completely stuck there behind Max Verstappen. I don't know if his lap was any good anyway. What a bizarre end to this qualifying hour. Can Norris find something to put the pressure on and take his first Grand Prix pole of the year? Antonelli's learned from Russell's Austria antics, hasn't he? Did pretty well on. Norris for pole, 3 corners to go. It's looking good for Lando Norris, but the tricky corners lie ahead. The yellow flag is out on the racetrack, but Norris only has 2 corners to go. Can he find the grip with his McLaren? Lewis Hamilton currently on provisional pole. Can he get a clean exit this time? It's Lando Norris to the line. It's Lando Norris to pole position by 1/100th of a second. Tiny margins again. Save the final lap. Break stop. The Ferraris weren't there. They were absolutely miles off it, both of them. Norris feasted together that final sector of him to win this. He did so much in the middle part of the lap. Russell comes to a halt. He is P7.
Tiny races se ama racer.
A spin for Max Verstappen. The driver in third in the championship, parking up at turn 1. His body language furious, and for the first time as the world champion, Lando Norris will start the Grand Prix from pole position. It went from close and tight to unusual with no improvement with those who went first. Verstappen has been on the brink of it. Both Red Bulls spinning in the qualifying hour, and Norris finding something in that updated McLaren that no one else could. So Verstappen, I think, is just chancing his arm. That is not to do with the similar kind of spins he's had in Austria and Silverstone. There is not an active aero straight mode zone there. So it's just Max charging into a difficult corner with a little bit too much speed and the rear coming round. I don't know what happened to Ferrari in that last run. It's just had nothing.
Talked about the wind. The onboard of Charles Leclerc just had him soaring at the steering wheel. The corners that were previously
Wonder
smooth.
who they mean.
Gorgeous. Go, whatever. Thank you very much. A great lap from Norris, you've got to say. McLaren going right at the end. This track evolution word is 12,000s. Good pick. It's difficult to know because the track conditions are ebbing and flowing all over the place. But together a lap like that. He didn't manage it last time. From first, third on the grid on the last run. This time, Norris delivers. On number 17 for the world champion, and once again, Budapest qualifying unbelievably tight. The margin, the largest margin for a qualifying pole here in the last 5 years, 0.04 of a second. Today, it's 1.
This way.
Lad, even if we consider looking for Tia, how do you have us getting to Svartalfheim? You know Odin's had all travel between realms locked up tight.
2022, 400.
Sindri said he had an idea or two about
2023,
that.
3,000.
Sindri is full of ideas.
2024, 200. 2025, 200. 2026, 100 of a second. Lewis Hamilton has so many records in Formula One, but even after taking 104 poles in the sport, you could see that he's dejected that one got away.
Oh, he is hacked with that. He is not happy. He's taking himself away from the usual Parc Ferme area and trying to find a screen to hide behind there.
What's under there, you think?
Ah, back to smashing through things for fun and profit. Lovely.
And still he wanders away from the camera, helmet on. Because this has been a Hamilton weekend. It's a Hamilton circuit, and he's been so consistent,
said at the top of the hour, the way that Ferrari were able to lay it down every lap has been different to the others. And occasionally quick and often not. Well, it deserted both red cars on that final run, and that's what Hamilton will be frustrated about. Pole position goes, and, well, where did it go? Tyre prep, wind direction change, balance shift. It was the same across the two of them. And George Russell was told to park the car up by the team immediately across the line. It was the C's instruction. Marcus Dudley to his driver, who's finished this qualifying hour in P7. Wow, a lot went on there in the final minutes of qualifying. It's Norris, Hamilton, Leclerc, Antonelli, Piastri, Verstappen, Russell, Ajar, Lindblad, and Hulkenberg will line up in P10. Lando Norris has taken his first pole position of the season and 17th in his Formula One career. Elated with that one on the radio. He has beaten Lewis Hamilton by 100th of a second, around 2.7 miles of racetrack. Crowd treated to another spectacular finish at the end. A spin to Verstappen. Russell told to park the car by the team. He now can.
Oscar here, it's scorching out there and it feels like the wind's picked up as well. What was the car feeling like when you were on the laps of the grid?
It was okay actually. Probably a bit better than I expected, which is always pleasant. But yeah, I think any gusts of wind are going to make a pretty big difference, which always sounds like the most pathetic thing ever as a driver. But no, it should play some havoc and we should kind of race again.
So have fun today, thanks.
Well, thank you, Lawrence. Thanks, Oscar. Yeah, we found Charles Leclerc starting P2, Lewis Hamilton starting P5. Difficult to overtake in this race. What is possible for Charles Leclerc certainly today?
Yeah, for sure, but also it's much shorter than yesterday. I think the degradation will be different. And there is a very long stint until turn 1. That means that let's see what's happened. I think from the beginning of the season, we always had a good racing for us, but for the F1 in general, and I think we can expect a good one today.
Fred, running in Friday for the long runs was interrupted a little bit with some red flags. Like you say, it's hotter. Degradation's going to be a little bit different. We'll get them later, don't worry. How flexible do you guys have to be when it comes to strategy and being able to sort of make calls on the fly versus going with the plan you have as of right now?
Yeah, but we know that Budapest, it's a lot about track position. It means that we won't target the optimum, we'll target the track position, and I think it's true for us, but it will be true for everybody. And as the field is compact, that you have also to play with the guys who are a bit behind you. But yeah, it could be an exciting one.
Fred, how's Lewis doing after the penalty?
For sure, he was disappointed yesterday evening that when you miss the pole for 100 of seconds and on the top you have the penalty, that for sure you are disappointed. But this morning he was fully focused on the race.
Have you talked about that communication as well? Don't worry. Fred, final question from me. Where's the fight today? Is it alongside you, the McLarens? Is it the Mercedes coming through?
Oh, I think we have to first to be focused on ourselves, not on the others. We have to do the best for us, the best strategy, the best tire management, and we'll see at the end. But we are not fighting the others.
Thank you so much, Fred, as ever, for chatting with us. All right, let's get another driver showing this is Liam Lawson.
Liam, just outside the top 10 today, the car's been fast. What do you think is possible?
Hopefully points. It's been very good all weekend, honestly. I got the ball yesterday in quali, so hopefully I can pick it back up today and have a good race. But it's been very quick, so hopefully we can move forward.
It feels quite windy. Obviously, it's much hotter today. How much do you think that's going to affect strategy and the opportunity?
it's totally different to the long runs we've done, especially on Friday. So different wind direction, completely different temperatures. So it's going to be good for everyone.
Mate, good luck today.
Thank you, Lawrence. Thanks, Liam. A tight, twisty circuit means I think cars may just find themselves entangling with each other. And we've seen the racing bulls do that a few times, haven't we? How clean are they going to have to keep this?
Well, I mean, they know the rules. They know the rules of engagement with a teammate. But yeah, we've seen some great battles between them, and that's what's been so fun about that team. They seem to genuinely get along, but they also seem to really be able to push each other. Both cars scoring regularly at this point of the season. It's great to see how well Lindblad's sort of taken to that organization and this environment here in Formula One. But they're in a really tight battle with Alpine, so they can't really afford to hold each other up or hurt each other's prospects at scoring.
The fight for those final points is always such a thrill to watch. Juan Pablo Montoya is in the pit lane somewhere for us. What are you seeing of Juan Pablo?
Thanks, Laura. Something that is going to be very... crucial is both teams, every team here have the two drivers fighting for the win. Who's going to benefit on strategy? Who are they going to pick to try to win the race today? And who are they going to sacrifice somebody? So it's going to be really exciting to see how the teams handle the strategy today.
Making these decisions in the moment, at the right time, to the millisecond, to the lap. It's what they get the big bucks for, but it is going to be such a thrill for all of us to watch. And shout to the telly from the outside, isn't it? Now, we've made our way right to the very front of the grid. Lando Norris's McLaren is behind us. He starts on pole, the first non-Mercedes driver to do so. Look at the run down to turn one. It is a long one. It's actually downhill as well. You can't even see turn one, can you? Before we talk about that, I'm hearing Lawrence Breto's got Lando Norris.
Lando, you got Bessie in the house. You just experienced the conditions for a couple of indoor laps. How's the track feeling out there?
Okay. Maybe a little bit more windy at the minute. A little bit harder today than it has been all weekend, so kind of have to wait and see what effect it has.
Great stuff. Have fun today.
That sounded quite a focused Lando Norris. He normally gives a little bit more in interviews. Do you think he's feeling the pressure of perhaps his best shot at the win yet?
It almost sounds that way, doesn't it? I mean, he's usually a little bit looser, a little bit more comfortable in the position. He did such a good job in qualifying. I mean, he did a great job in practice, but under the pressure, I mean, 1/100th of a second. You could count 100 different ways as a driver you could get that wrong over the lap. And that last corner was so difficult for him all weekend long. Made more mistakes there on trying to set fast laps from that final lap. It just when it was crucial, he pulled it off. He's a cool customer now. He's got his world championship behind him. He knows he can do it. It's going to be all about that start, I think.
How is this race won today, and who is going to win it, James Hitchler?
Start is going to be key, and then execution, reading the situation. Like Fred, I really liked what he said. He spent a lot of time on strategies and simulations and all these things, and he said, well, we're not going to go on what's the best shortest time.
Mister.
सबसे पहले तो अब ये डिसाइड करो कि आपका गोल क्या है, फैट लॉस करना है या मुझसे
This way.
Lad, even if we consider looking for Tyr, how do you have us getting to Svartalfheim? You know Odin's had all travel between realms locked up tight.
Sindri said he had an idea or two about that.
Sindri is full of ideas.
What's under there, you think?
Ah, back to smashing through things for fun and profit. Lovely.
Remember when we fought our first troll out this way?
I remember you lost control.
We must tread carefully, brother. Danger is close.
You okay fighting without a shield?
It is not my first time.
There's no blocking without your shield.
Behind you! Look out! Phew. Almost home.
Brother, a word. Don't hold the lad's curiosity against him. It goes with being young.
In my youth, we learned obedience.
And is that what you wish for him? Brother, he's going to walk his own path. If you don't want him walking away from you, then smarten up and walk with him a while.
If we could find a way to open rum travel to Svartalfheim, I bet there'd be all sorts of useful equipment for us to...
Enough. We will go.
Really?
But if we do not find Tyr, you will abandon your search. For good.
All right. You won't be sorry. Nista.
Kratos! Over here!
Sentry!
As I live and breathe, is that Atreus? It's been so long! How you've grown!
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you'll follow me, Brock mentioned you needed somewhere safe to spend the night, and I believe your favorite dwarves can help you out with that. We're still your favorite dwarves, right?
You're still the only dwarves we know.
I'll take it.
Still on the caramel too, but it's the Australian priority. Last time. 2, 3, 4, 5 lights in Budapest. And the Hungarian Grand Prix is underway. Just the way we go past to explaining that. Versus McLaren, Lewis, versus Oscar, Street, Chandler's Note, the gets way, Lewis Martin trying to go around the outside, but it's not just that. E3, can you go pressure on E2? It's not the Norris here, it's the lead. Does it? They go side by side. They race each other once again. Norris is warning. Oscar in the street. He's Jones through. Takes the lead. First, a third on the grid. That's intense. Norris got right into the dust. It's still on the corner, too. But it's the Australian driver who leads. Sometimes we care if you lose Hamilton and stand altogether. Lewis risking all. He's no good. He's inside all to Calvin Miller.
little wheel-to-wheel contact with Verstappen. Right, thanks.
After you, my friend.
Let's revisit. I told you Russell got falling off the line. He is now 14.
Where are we going?
The cleanest cabin in all the 9 realms. And I'd prefer it to stay that way. Not looking at anyone in particular. Kratos. After that Thor incident, we thought we should make up some rooms, till you can figure out your next moves. Nearly there.
Potentially on traction with those soft fires. And the chance, it's easier path in turn 1. He's still getting an opportunity in 2, and it is healthy off the racing line. Is there a chance to go around the outside?
As you can see, we've settled here in the realm between realms. It's nothing much, but it's safe from Fimbulwinter, safe from Odin's eyes. And you really can't beat the view if you're into shimmering gray voids.
That's amazing, Sam. We have a plan to talk to you about, actually.
Stall off the line, and his difficult championship challenge takes another blow. Kimi Antonelli is P6.
Come in. Now, if you would just wipe your feet very thoroughly, I'll wait.
Meaningful point.
You're not going to wipe your feet, are you? Okay then. Your bedrooms are there. The kitchen is just over there. Anybody need a snack? Kratos? Snack?
I do not need a snack.
What we need is your help getting to Svartalfheim so we can try and rescue Tyr.
To Tyr? Alive? I mean, that's... What?
It's okay. I told him everything.
Everything?
While Lewis Hamilton moves within his pressure.
I kept an eye on it. On your behalf. Nothing risky. Everything very safe.
Against one of the hardest of racers and hardest of defenders.
Is that we try and open up travel between rounds
Verstappen making his car very wide.
Yes, I do. It's just a lot of mud.
Then why haven't you opened the way already, man?
Well, to be frank, there was something we needed your help with.
Oh! The Holder brothers finally require the services of the smartest man alive.
That's it precisely.
Hey! Not so fast.
I know that hasn't had the pace to match McLaren or Ferrari either side of him so far through the weekend. So Piastri, what a great job from him. 31st, put pressure on Norris in the second turn. Lando went wide, found the dust, and then was just opposite, blocking his way down a place. To close again, you've got to break. Breaks it. Bumpy there.
Well, what in all yarns me that happened to him? He's too damn tall now.
It is Dusty off the racing line, DC. Hamilton trying everything. He's got the fastest lap of the race. And he's got a chance. Does he use a bit of power? A little bit of forward approachment. He was always going to be a run out.
He's just getting older,
Just happening to
You ever have an awkward phase in your youth?
He's sizing him up, isn't he? He's got the performance advantage. You've got to sort of back of the Stafford's car for your race.
Try it. Believe me.
All right, let's gear you fuckers up before you go off gallivanting.
See, cautious. Soft tires as well. They're going to be hurting with all this early scrapping and sliding. So it's another consideration. Really do with clearing Verstappen. At the moment, Max is still with the McLarens. The field doesn't spread out. Feel like it will once everyone settles into a little bit more of a rhythm, and the Ferrari's got more pace than the Red Bull. We've seen that all weekend long, and we're seeing that in the first couple of laps too. Hamilton now has these corners to try and keep the softs within the temperature window and close up to try and make a move in turn 1. Everything is now leading to turn 1. This is the penultimate corner of the racetrack. Can the first of the red Ferraris close up on the Red Bull? Their final sector has been magic all weekend, and that is why Lewis gets the opportunity to close up as they come across the line. It was a 1 second lead for Oscar Piastri ahead of Lando Norris. There is Max Verstappen, key to the race at the moment. He would have been expecting to finish on the podium today because of the Ferrari pace. Across the course of this weekend, fastest lap belongs to Oscar Piastri. And just watching George Russell's progress further back, he's in 17th right now. Fernando Alonso in the updated Aston Martin is in 15th position, and Russell has just cleared Ollie Behrman to climb up
now, and he is in P16. A lot of work to do to get back to the points. Currently occupied by those outside the big four teams, by Lawson ahead of Lindbergh. Lawson with a great snap, time 3 places. And Hulkenberg looking for his first point today. Lawson undoing the damage of a slightly disappointing qualifying for the New Zealander. Immediately, we have seen those Racing Bulls cars go wheel to wheel time and time again. From a great little subplot to this season with the big four teams, and we've had George Russell, Kimi Antonelli, Lewis Hamilton, and Charles Leclerc winning. Is it going to be a McLaren driver who had another name to our winners list this year? At the moment, Oscar Piastri will be so pumped up to be in a position where he hasn't been for very long. He's got 4 laps in the lead here, a driver that's not won a Grand Prix since the Dutch Grand Prix in August last year.
It's never a fine start to the season for them. It's McLaren trying to bring their way back into a competitive situation. Well, good time to do it ahead of the enforced breaks from Formula One. You see there, Hamilton getting very behind, just riding over the front axle onto the dusty line. It's at this stage now that those pressure tyres will be starting to struggle.
If the kid's gonna insist on getting taller, best make a habit of swinging in for new duds.
No joking, sometimes that just gives you a bit more longevity.
Let's go back to the start of the Grand Prix. Watch the launch off the line. You can see Hadjar taking avoiding action in the middle of the pack, and then poor launch off the line for Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, he was already having to swerve around, trying to keep Verstappen at bay, who started from 4th on the dirty side of the grid. So the Ferraris get very close there. Hamilton's around the outside, and it allows Verstappen to just sneak up the inside as the red cars are racing each other. So right now you've got Norris in the lead of the race still, but he doesn't decelerate in towards turn 2. Piastri does a lovely dummy, goes to the outside, has the...
Found some items you left behind, tossed them in the chest. What would you do without me?
I'm gonna go look around. Check out my room. Tell Sindri when you're ready.
I knew he'd left something behind.
Rip from the racing line and gets the car turned at that point, leaving Lando going wide as we get George Russell's anti-stall, and then just a load of hope that you don't get those behind. Look how dirty it is, though, on the inside. That's what Leclerc and co on that inside line were combating.
Yeah, you've got no real braking reference as you run into that first corner, and then you see this undercut here from Oscar, his own little kick of oversteer. So he'll be like, thank you very much for taking that dummy.
It's just, he was sitting on the racing line, and from there you can hit the brakes harder because you've got the grip. As soon as Norris was out wide, he's going to struggle to slow the car.
Oh,
you've been in
that's
contact.
You saw that in real time, DC. Your eyes are...
You can hit the brakes harder because you've got the grip. As soon as Norris was out